Hey, this is AZ Wallbreaker here, and you're on my channel, Wallbreakers, here to inspire you to be epic, be legendary. Alright, before I get started, please hit like or subscribe. Also share my stories. Now that we're covered, I'm going to talk about my updates to my book. Alright, it is going phenomenal. It is going superb. I am very happy at the pace that I'm going with my book right now. I am on chapter 7 of my book, and it is coming along greatly. Just ideas in my head are just exploding. It is such a great feeling knowing that as I keep going, that is coming together. The plot, the story, everything is coming together. I feel like I'm getting back to my deadline pace, which is very important for me because I am looking to finish my book by the end of this year and work on editing. But that's going to come later on, as I said before. But it is going phenomenal. I'm very happy right now. I'm really motivated and ambitious to get this book done. So I am on chapter 7 of my book. As I started on Wednesday on chapter 7, and I've been kicking tail. That is where I'm at right now, and I hope to continue to get this book done. So, alright, so now that that is covered, let's move on to the lesson of the day. And I am going to tell you this phrase: if you build it, they will come. Alright, so even though that might be the case when it comes to writing, we have to think about, okay, it doesn't happen magically. Just because you make something doesn't mean people are going to come automatically. It's not that you pour magic and then you build something and then all these people, crowds start showing up. No, you put in the work. See, what people don't see when people are successful is the amount of work that was put into it. When people write, such as myself, they don't see the hours, the late nights, the frustrations, the doubts when we write our books or write our stories. It is very challenging. That's what people don't see. On top of that, we have to deal with, as aspiring authors like myself, we have to deal with the fact that what happens when we put that last period when we complete our book. You know, we have to think about these things because it's that moment where many book writers do not share their stories. They get that paralyzing fear of being rejected, not having people accept their book. Now, some of you might be saying, well, why is it the case? Well, I'll use this example. It is a fact that many people would rather die than give a public speech. Why? Because we are afraid of being rejected from our group, rejected from our peers. Because look at this, during times when man began its life, you needed a group to survive. If you did everything alone, your chances of survival was very slim. You weren't going to survive unless you had a group with you to watch your back, to help you hunt for food, to help you set up stuff, and guard yourself from anything that might attack you. Because at one point, humans weren't the top predator. You had bigger predators. We didn't have all this technology back then, and it's been proven before. So you needed groups to work together to provide security and work as a team to get that. And we are very fearful of that. Now, we live in a very technological society, but that trait of being rejected still carries on with us. And when we give public speeches, we are very fearful of being rejected. That paralyzing fear of not being accepted because we think that someone's not going to like what we have to say, and we are going to get thrown out of the group. What does this have to do with what I'm talking about? Well, as I said before, what is going to happen when you put that last period at the end of your book, when you are finished? That is where the ones who succeed breaks through, wall breaking through the path of success with their books. It is getting that book and knowing that you're going to take a chance, an opportunity to get your ideas shared through the world. Now, might come into maybe going to a publisher and seeing what they think. Going to many publishers, not taking no for an answer, because you have to understand that there are billions upon billions of people on this planet. It's hard for me to believe that not one person is going to like what you have to write. So you have to, one, believe that your story is great. It might not be written well yet, but it is great enough. The idea, the story is great enough to inspire people to read it and share it. You have to believe that in your head, in your heart. Because if you don't believe it, how can you sell to other people when you don't believe in your own work? So that's your number one step. You have to believe in your own work. For me, I know my work is good. I know it's good. And it might not be written the right way, the way I want it to, which is the best form that it can be, but I'm getting there. But I know my idea is good enough that I'm willing to share it. I'm willing to spread it around, to give other people an opportunity to see my work. The point is doing, and that's my next step into what I'm talking about when I say if you build it, they will come. You have to do it. You have to put the effort in doing what you said you would do. The second you put your pen to paper, you made a promise to yourself to do it. You told yourself that you was going to write this book no matter what, and you was going to share it to the world. Otherwise, why are you doing it? Most writers write because they have an idea that they think is really good, and they want to share it. So the thing is, they have to do it. They have to do it. They have to understand that mistakes are going to happen, errors are going to happen. You're not going to have what you think is good writing, someone else is going to think is bad writing. That's why it's very important to share your work early on, to spread it out. If it means paying for an editor to help you get your message across, then you will do so. You have to. You have to do so. So that's number 2, doing it. And I will give you an example. When I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I did debate, and I did my first speech. I wrote down my ideas, and I memorized every single word in my speech. But when I performed, I immediately went blank. It was terrible. It was a mess. It was awful. I was struggling to memorize my speech. I had distraction words like looking up. I was a mess because the second I stepped up in front of people to give my speech, it was the nervousness and fearfulness of giving it flooded my mind, and I couldn't concentrate on what I memorized. So I forgot just about the entire speech. It was terrible. It was awful that day. Now some of you might be asking, well, what's this got to do with what we're talking about? Like I said, you have to do it. Doing is what's going to help you learn and make you a better writer. Whether you believe your writing is good or not, it's just the fact that you have to share it. You have to get feedback from other people. You have to allow people to see your work, to see how you write, how you think. You have to give people a chance to judge when you write. So it's not just if you build it, they will come. You have to put in the work beforehand and after. It doesn't end when you put that period at the end of the book. You have to make the effort. Just like I have to make the effort. If I can do it, if I say I'm going to do it, if I can publish, you can publish too. And I want you to publish. I want you to be successful when writing. I want you, that's the point of this channel. I want you people who are watching to do stuff in your lives that makes you feel good, that makes you feel like you accomplished something. Do it. Do the damn thing. Write your book. Write anything that you think you have a good idea and get it out there. Wall break. Get through the obstacles and succeed and take opportunities to succeed. There are out there, the opportunities out there. You gotta grab it. No one's going to hand it to you and give it to you. No one's going to give you a hug for not doing it. But you will get respect from somebody for trying. And that's all you can, that's what all you can ask for. So when I failed, when I screwed up miserably in my speech, you know what? I didn't cry about it and I didn't get upset about it. I learned from it and I got better. And the more I practiced and did, the more I improved. And that's what I want you to do. To take this opportunity to work on what you gotta do to be successful in your writing. So, no matter what, don't give up on your work. Just do it. Get it completed. Alright? So I'm going to end on this by saying, again, if they build it, they will come. But only if you put the work to get it out there. So I'll be signing out. And remember,